Disappointing game for us. Obviously, taking goals on 3 set pieces is not a good thing. The timing of the goals, taking a goal early in the game, is one of those where when a team's in a little bit of a rut and then you take that early goal, everybody's head drops a little bit. Took us a while. I thought towards the end of the half we were starting to play better. Felt we could come back in the second half, do well. Then we take another early goal in the second half off the corner kick, and then everybody's head drops a little bit. Got ourselves a little bit back into the game. Started, obviously we had more looks on goal, more shots than we've had in the previous few weeks. But at the end of the day, it wasn't good enough.
Were you planning on having Clint go all 90, and what did you make of his performance as well as?
Yeah, the plan was for him to go all 90. I mean, we weren't worried about that based upon what he had done. So his performance was like everybody else on the team. It was hard for him to find that connection into it. Sometimes I thought we forced some balls into him, that we needed to go somewhere else with, and then get it into him. I thought Vancouver did a good job of Laba and Kofi really killing that space, in front of their center backs, making it difficult for us to play into Clint.
John.
With everybody kind of looking for the healthier roster and the turning of the new month and all, does that make this a particularly psychologically difficult one to deal with?
Well, it's a disappointing game because we had different starters from the last game in there, and I don't think anybody in that locker room is pleased with the result, and it's something that. Yeah, it's disappointing because we felt we had a good week of practice. Even though Clint and Chad weren't here the whole week, but it's something that we need to do better.
Patricio.
Coach, Marshall was playing in the left side of the fence, which actually is not his normal position. What was the strategy behind that?
Yeah, when Evans and Marshall play together, Evans plays on the right and Marshall's played on the left. That's the way it's been all season. It's just when Scott plays, Scott prefers the left to the right, and then Marshall moves to the right. So we've played all season with Evans on the right and Marshall on the left.
Coach, first 2 goals, your defense had a chance to clear those balls. What specifically did they need to do differently to get those away?
The first one, the ball, if I recollect it correctly, bounced up on Evans, and he just tried to knee it away and didn't obviously make great contact and fell to Ka, and he hit it. And the second one, we just didn't react quickly enough to the short corner.
Follow-ups? Matt?
Was it ever going to be this easy to just kind of have everybody come back and get healthy and just start rolling again? I mean, that sort of seems like it's been...
No, it's never going to be that easy, and I think, I tried to caution people. Everybody thought, okay, everybody's back, so then, it's a snap of the fingers and it's going to all happen again. That's not the way, it works, so you got to get guys back playing together, back on the same page. I mean, Freeberg's never played with Dempsey before. Today's his first game, playing with Clint. We tried him in a slightly different position to begin the game, so that was an adjustment. Clint hasn't played with Tomas, so that so there's still connections there that aren't established yet, for sure.
Jackson.
A couple weeks ago, Coach, you talked about one goal needing to break the dam open before a lot of goals can kind of come forward. Is that still the case, or do you see the kind of dam is a little bit even harder right now?
The dam's pretty tall right now, so it's a little bit hard for us to break into it. You look at the one free kick where Marshall sort of gets wrestled to the ground, no call, and I think it was Lamar had the header that went wide. That's when that you think, okay, here's a good opportunity for goal. But right now things just aren't falling our way that way.
Ozzie Alonso finished the match on the bench. Are you in a position to offer a statement on his status yet?
No, we'll have to see.
Brendan?
Can you talk about the decision to start Chad Barrett over Lamar Nagel for this match?
Neither Chad nor Lamar have been, striking fear into the hearts of the opponents in terms of, creating goals or chances over the last few weeks. So, we felt the last time we played these guys, Clint and Barrett had a decent connection. So we decided to start it that way.
Must be there.
Stefan Fry, what's your take on the play there? Physically, how was he?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine physically. I didn't think there was much he could do on the goals. The free kick goal is probably more so than anything, but he was trying to get the wall moved to the right, and from the bench we could tell the wall wasn't in a good position.
Matt.
So just looking ahead, you're going to be seeing a lot of these guys over the next stretch here. Does taking such a lopsided loss here change how you approach Wednesday and also next month when you face them twice?
No, it doesn't change anything.
How does it complicate game planning when you have to face the same team twice in a week?
It doesn't complicate it. You just play them again. The guys get under each other's skin a little bit more, because they remember that they got kicked in the last game from this guy, or, things like that. It's like when Gonzo got cut open. It's not a foul, but somehow he got cut open. So I guess the ball must have got him. But it's. So those things are things that players will remember, and when you play back-to-back in a series that's tight, that's stuff, when hopefully they'll remember that, they went out and celebrated on our field a little bit, and that pisses us off. So we've got to make sure that we right that and we pay them back for that. I don't think teams should come in here and be taking snapshots and pictures on our field. So it pisses me off, and I think it pisses off our players. So that, when you play back-to-back and close together, that maybe heats up things.